Okay, so this is a Makerware, and they upgrade their software all the time. There's actually a new version now out with firmware and a lot of different. So if you look at this firmware, this can move back and forth. You can turn these, but the big thing for these is I can move this. Watch. To on platform, because if you don't center it and move on platform, you get some issues. So if you start moving it around in the X and Y, and you don't get it right, what happens? It'll be offset because the platform heats differential, like you know, and then it lifts up at the edges. So you got to try to center it by going move on platform center every time. Okay, and then you can scale it. You can scale it uniformly or in one direction. Okay. And so those are, you can do maximum size even, which is a really cool feature. But I wouldn't do maximum on your objects. I would keep it because of the coolness in the plate around the edges for warping and just to keep it. Anyways, so this saves it as what's called a dot thing. Watch, dot thing. Mr. Jaws, I say version 2. That's the storage stage format, if you want to call it level format. But when you make a bot, okay, I prefer not directly from the machine to the bot. You store it as an external file. So if you go make bot, go export the file instead of make it now, and keep it at ABS, which is our plastic. A medium is fine. If you go high, it'll take forever. Low is a default. But always make sure the platform temperature is 115. It used to default to 110. Now it adheres to the platform better first. And I always keep the same defaults. Always check raft. It's basically a first layer. Think of a boom log. Almost creating a set of mini booms on the raft so it can print above that layer first. And all the supports are inside the model. Any big hollows, it makes sure it's supported bad. So when you go export, and you'll get an X3G. That's all you need for format. It allows you to print the firmware that's on the device at 7.2 or right now, so you always want the latest and greatest form. And the reason why, it slices it now in all the different percentages. You can see the slice going up, and that creates your your X3D. And all you got to do is copy that on your SD card, put it in load it up, and away it goes. Okay. Now to get it to that point it was the issue. You know, I thought, you know, why not print a huge vehicle? Okay, but really you need a half a vehicle. And if you see in front of you, here I've got a half of a full muskeg. Okay, but basically what you do is you take your muskeg or any vehicle that you want to do. Okay, and let's say it's all attached. Okay, let's just go and make it all attached here. Let's go into the attached here and just make it all attached. Normally you would have all as one polygon, okay, and I would keep it. You know, this one's 1,500 polygons, which is a really good, and 1,500 polygons is literally is 4 to 5 hours of printing. So if you take off half, okay, so what I recommend is grab it all, do a big slice plane. You notice here, there's your slice plane. Hit slice, okay, and then take off half of your model, okay, just delete it. And then go in and right away just go File, Export, and the whole scene, by the way, exports. You need the whole scene. You'll get Stereolitho, STL. So you just type in half vehicle or whatever you want to call it, and that gets imported into the Makerware. So I'll just go New Project here, okay, and Makerware brings up a whole new window, but you just go File, add rather right here, and it looks for, it's called STL, and it's the best format. Even though it supports OBJ and other ones, we found the STL was the standard of that particular of object. Okay, and I'll just bring in an STL, for example, and there's your thing, and there's the left, and there's the. Now when it comes in, it doesn't necessarily set it up, so you've got to go in right away and turn that the right direction you want. So you go in here, whoops, got to make sure the object, you turn it in the right direction. So so you turn it so it's, you know, you're face down, or or sec here.
Slice.
Yeah, that's it. And then big thing I told you, you just go in here on platform, center. Okay, without doing that, you're not going to get a nice model, and then you're all set to go. You might want to scale that the way you want. It might be a little bit too big on the edge in this case, so you can go down here and just bring it down to 75%. But make sure you bring both halves at the right scale.
Right.
Okay, and then you're done. Yeah, that's all right. No, and that's it.